And hello, everybody. Welcome to Alien Entrapment, episode 5. I'm sure. Did I write episode 5? Have I updated everything? I hope I have.
You did. It says episode 5.
That's cool. So yes, welcome in. I'm gonna turn me off the music because that's very loud in my ear. Welcome to Alien Entrapment, episode 5. It is quite a interesting time that we are here after the end of the last episode, where I not only broke Tavin, but I broke Avery. Like it was a good double dunter that we got. So
that was awesome.
Yes, I'd been holding on to that, and I'm so happy that the reaction to it was what it was, because it was better than I was expecting. Like, I was just expecting a little, oh, it's all weird and crazy, but I wasn't actually expecting to create a whole new phobia for somebody.
I was so proud of you in that moment. I'm like, my baby boy is growing up running his own game.
But yes, welcome to Ready Play Go, the place where streamers, weirdos, and nerds get together and play TTRPGs. Last week we had a fast-paced discovery of Arceon Station and what happened within. The crew managed to escape with their figure friend and get off Arceon. Carrigan sent a somewhat mean message to her father and then went into a 40-day cryosleep.
I think the message wasn't mean, but the 40-day cryosleep afterwards, just slightly mean.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And also, I didn't forget, Andrea, you sent a message as well, and that will have a reply when we start the episode.
Yay!
And yes, everyone bar Tavin was into hypersleep. So, or is it cryosleep, hypersleep? Same thing.
Cryosleep.
So yes, but and I'm getting to use my little button. So before we do get into the game, I want to welcome our usual lovely crew of Haberdactor, Outmost Ghost, Avery Connors, and Doc Ryan. All their links will be in the title of the stream, and it's in the YouTube channels and stuff like that. Before we begin the game, I want to say a quick disclaimer. Did it work? It didn't work.
It did work.
It did work. Sweet. Or I'm just a wee bit delayed on that one. So, quick disclaimer: our Alien game is intended for those 18 and over, with both action and horror vibes. The game is intended to play into character fears. This may invoke anxiety. We have ground rules set up that all players agree to, but if anything within the game causes distress, please stop watching. We understand that the game may not be for everyone, and your support in any capacity is always appreciated. So, with that, we are now able to welcome everyone to Alien Entrapment, and we hope you have a fun ride. Okay, so we begin our episode back on Martha. We are around 1 or 2 days from Novgorod. Tavin, you have been awake, flying back to Novgorod with a cryo bay full of your friends, colleagues, and stranger that you wish you hadn't taken on your ship, along with some items. 10 days into your travel, you had a rather eventful sleep. So, what has the last 25 days of lonely travel through space been for Tavin?
Very, very sleep deprived. He's trying to run on as little sleep as possible. Not doing the normal maintenance he would do for this type of trip. He's not at all going out of the ship. Even when he normally would be able to, perfectly fine. He is on probably the 12th or 13th day. He's going to use the communications on the ship to send out a message to Daniel Cooper, the former scientist on the Kronos ship.
Okay.
And the message will be, "Hey, I know it's been a while since we've spoken, but I'm still running the Kronos, and I'm dealing with this black goo that turns people insane, and I don't trust it, and I don't know if you've ever heard of anything like it or know anything about it. It might be a bioweapon or a disease, I don't know. Get back to me whenever you get this message and can send it."
Okay. Message is sent out. You will have to wait some time to see if a reply is returned, but it does read everything has went through as normal.
Besides that, I don't think he's gonna try and distract himself with stuff so that he is kind of sleep deprived. He's going off like an hour nap here, an hour there, never really going to sleep, just taking naps throughout the time.
Okay. No, that's completely fair. So yes, your 25 days of travel is pretty just summed up in that kind of way. Most of the maintenance that you're doing is within the ship. Your ship's probably the cleanest it's probably looked because you've been doing anything and everything to keep yourself awake. So cleaning down the kitchen area. I imagine you've probably went up and had an actual look at the AVA after Jamie had lived in it for 10-15 days and
Yes.
got that back to actual usable capacity.
Well, no, he spent the entire trip there cleaning.
That's
That
true.
was Jamie's job.
That is true. That is true. So, yeah. But, yeah. Everything. Well, give me a quick roll, your piloting roll, and we'll just see how calm and collected.
Let me remember that I can add a bonus to this.
Yes.
Since I never do.
3 successes. Yep. You, even in your sleep deprived state, you are that professional and that good at your job that everything goes by perfectly well. You pass the occasional transport ship that is on this kind of route, but there's a lot less on this route because, or after about halfway, when you start getting into the routes where are actually going to other systems and stuff, you start seeing a lot more kind of transporters and frigates and stuff that aren't attempting to go to Arceon. So yeah, after some travel, you are around about a day outside Novgorod. And it is around that time where beginning to get your cryo sleepers up and about, start getting them. You don't want to leave it to the last minute and then everybody's groggy as you're getting into the station. So it is up to you to begin waking up your fellow crewmates.
Tavin will go get a cup of noodles and heat those up, and then go wake Carrigan up first.
Very well. So it's easy enough. It isn't your first time doing it. You get your noodles, and it is a very calm and relaxed awakening. Carrigan, you, after what felt like a good night's rest, it feels as if you've just went to sleep for a day. You wake up a little nauseous, a little groggy. Your muscles are a little loose, and they're not. Is it like with the cryopod? Everything's kind of continued to be kept in an actual thing, but everything's just a little groggy. But you are awoken to the smell of cheap ramen noodles and
I'll give her the noodles because they're for her.
and a welcoming tavern.
Thanks.
Yeah, well, cryo sleep makes you hungry.
Yeah. I'm just gonna sit down for a second.
Figured.
Smell the noodles, but not start eating them yet, since she is nauseous.
I figured you and I should really have a conversation.
At that point, Carrigan, when you look around, all the other cryo beds are still in their sleep mode. So Joshua and Andrea and the other figure are still asleep, yet to be woken.
She's gonna sit on the floor. She's holding the cup. She's not gonna say anything. But her grip tightens on the cup, and she just stares at him in a nonverbal.
I'll also say, you don't have a fork, you have a spork.
She's not eating it yet.
Good stuff.
It's very clear that we don't like each other. And I get that you're a marshal and you have a job to do, but that doesn't give you the right to tell me that my job is worth less than the potential than the potential people in danger on any other space station. Because I wanted to leave because we were in danger. We saw someone attack us and then kill himself. And you told me I had to stay. I'm not military. I'm not a marshal. I'm a pilot. I'm not a hero. My life is not worth theirs.
You were paid to do a job, and you were eager to leave before it was done. You did not die. You left that station without a fucking scratch on you. And you have decided that it was a good idea to wake me up, to try and intimidate me alone. Let me tell you something, you absolute little shit. I don't give a shit about you. I have no feelings one way or another about you. It is incredibly clear, however, that you are incredibly irritated by my presence. I didn't know you. You've been on my station, so you've been laying low. But I get the feeling that someone that hostile to the law has got something to hide. Now, I suggest you start waking up our comrades, and I'm going to have a think on this, and I'm going to learn your last name. Do you understand?
Do I look intimidating? I'm not holding a gun.
Why would you wake up me by myself and say, we need to have a conversation, if you were not intending to do some kind of intimidation? What was your goal here? What did you
Mostly
think
trying
would
to stop us
happen?
from. I was mostly trying to stop us from hating each other and potentially killing each other.
Oh, I had no, this whole thing started. I asked you your last name. You refused to give it to me. Didn't push. I did push when you tried to seemingly ditch the rest of your crew, because whether you like it or not, that's what they have become. It's what I have become in this mission that I did not want to go on, but I was sent by the marshals. I have a job to do. You all had a job to do, and you were eager to leave us all in the dust. I had absolutely no problem with you, but if you continue to be a craven piece of shit, I will turn your life upside down. Are we clear?
And I. I'm gonna look up to the ceiling and whisper just loud enough so that she can hear and say, Martha, lockdown procedures, please. And the ship will instantly go into lockdown. All doors will instantly lock. Lights turn red. And the ship just stops. Marshall, I was legitimately not trying to intimidate you. I figured if we had a personal conversation, it would be best to do it on personal time, and we're close to Novigrad, so I was like, hey, it's a great time. I can just wake up the Marshal first, give her some food, we can have a little chat, and then, go about our business. But I guess that's not how you took it, and I'm sorry for that. I try not to be intimidating.
You're not.
Okay. I feel like you meant that as like an insult, but I'm like half your weight. You could probably fucking throw me.
Oh, I know I could. Just so we're clear, I used to be in the Colonial Marines. I've had a rough fucking time of this, and I'm pretty fucking done. So you want to stop your ship in the middle of space and continue this on and continue to dig this fucking hole? You need to take a couple of breaths and think. Now,
In
why don't you
the-
restart this ship and wake up everyone else? And maybe I will not make it my mission to ruin your goddamn life. Pilot.
captain. I might be a pilot, but I'm also the captain. I will look up to the ceiling and say, Martha, cancel lockdown. And begin to wake the other two up.
Good choice.
Very well. So, yeah. With that order, Martha fires back up, lights come back on, doors unlock, and you feel the ship gently push back on its travel. Tavin, you go over to the systems and wake up Andrea and Joshua. I'm guessing you're leaving.
I'll do Joshua first.
Okay.
Since he is a medic.
Very well.
And yeah, I am definitely leaving the contaminated
Yes.
guy.
No problem.
But he's so much fun.
So, yes.
It's a cool party trick.
Joshua, you are gently woken from your slumber. You've done this a fair bit as well, so the symptoms and effects are your run-of-the-mill little bit of nausea, grogginess, but you wake up to find a tavern with a different from usual facial expression on. And as you look over, Andrea is still asleep, and Carrigan is sitting on the floor in front of
Fuming.
her.
Yeah.
Yep.
Joshua,
Absolutely
having
raging.
known Tavin for a while, you could probably tell the look on his face as should I just vent the whole fucking ship.
Yes.
Oh, and I'll also wake up the kid. Forgot he was in cryo sleep as well.
Yes.
Poor Jesse.
And Tavin's not gonna say anything. He's just gonna go back to the cockpit. He's
um,
just gonna walk away.
So yeah, you wake up Joshua, and then you go over. You start waking up Andrea as well. So Andrea, same as you wake up. Nausea, grogginess. Joshua is currently sitting up out of his cryopod. Carrigan is sitting on the floor in front of her cryopod, looking as she wants to murder everything and everyone with a bowl of ramen.
Once I'm done, like clear
Well,
piston your ramen.
Your mic
My
like
mic.
cut out.
Yeah. Only for a little second, though.
Don't forget, she does have a plastic spork.
And a plastic
Is that
spork.
better?
Yes.
Plastic spork is important. You can kill someone with a plastic spork.
Feel the spork.
did you ask? You said who pissed in your ramen?
Yeah, who piston your ramen, Carrigan?
Oh, your mic's weird now.
Give me a sec.
It just sounds as if it's loud and hitting the limiter. Who pissed in your ramen?
Better?
Yes.
Is that better?
Yeah, that sounds better.
All right, sorry. My settings got switched apparently. But yeah, I'll ask Carrigan who pissed in her ramen.
I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna put my clothes back on. I'm gonna grab my lighter. I'm gonna flick it open and close like 15 times super angrily. I'm gonna look at Joshua and I'm going to say, do you know the pilot's last name?
No, I never asked, actually. I've known him a couple of years, but I just call him Tav or Tavin or Stick Jockey or Space Rat, emaciated spacer, some variation of that.
Do you know how long? So he's been on my station for a few years, yeah?
In and out, not consistently on it. Comes and goes.
I'll make sure to keep a closer eye on that.
Okay.
I can look him up if you need.
Are you awake yet, Andrea? I don't think you're awake
Yeah, no,
yet.
Yeah,
Andrea's
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
stirring.
I don't know his last name either, though. I'd have to ask Jack. I don't want to. He smells like cured meat.
What's wrong with cured meat?
Nothing, but when a man smells not like nothing but cured meat, there's a problem. There's a problem, okay?
Joshua,
Yeah.
let me ask you a question in front of your dear friend Tavin.
Okay. Deer's a stretch, but yeah, okay.
I will say,
Would
Tavin
you-
has walked back
Yeah,
to the
Tavin
bridge.
went
Yeah,
back to the
Right.
back.
Tavin left. Tavin left.
Would you think it wise to wake up a former Marine, current colonial marshal, and declare that you need to have a conversation with them privately?
But it depends on the approach, because Tavin's like super awkward and not great with people. So
shit.
like, I mean, his bedside manner is shit. So he probably was like, "We gotta talk." If I,
Okay.
did he bring you to ramen?
Yeah.
Probably his attempt at a peace offering
Oh, nice. You got a spork?
and a spork.
Oh, man.
I'm just gonna hand Andrea the ramen because I'm not gonna fucking eat it.
Andrea's gonna set it down because she's not even dressed yet.
I take it the conversation didn't go so well, huh?
Intimidating a colonial marshal, stopping your ship, locking it down while everyone is asleep. I could stretch that to kidnapping a marshal, wouldn't you think?
I mean, you could. You could if you wanted to be anal about it. Do you want me to go talk to him? Like, you want me to like slap him around a little bit,
No,
make him apologize?
no.
All right,
I'm gonna
well,
find out his fucking deal.
well, his deal
And he
is
better
mostly.
not be hiding anything.
What
I
if what he's
mean, he's a pilot. Like, they're always hiding something.
what if what he's hiding is just an incredible love of being a florist, a secret florist? You don't
sorry,
want to
guys.
ruin that for him.
Andrea, do you know me?
Yes.
Do I know you?
Yes.
Did I know you before now?
This is something we should not talk about in front of him.
No, I'm look, I gotta,
Or the child over there that is
I got a
listening
coffee.
intently.
I got a coffee. I just pretend I'm not here.
No, you're here for the drama. I don't want it.
No, I'm waking up, just sipping coffee with my pinky up. Just talk amongst yourselves.
Joshua, it's at that
What's that?
moment of you saying that you hear the very recognizable sound of someone hurling as Jamie has now been woken from his cryosleep, having never done it before, and is now vomited over the cryo bed himself, the floor, and is currently whimpering like a small baby deer.
You know, he should probably have the ramen. Just gonna set it over me.
I will go walk over and take care of Jamie. I can deal with blood. I can deal with body parts, but vomit. Blah.
So
Well, at least you survived. Carrigan, do you really want to have this conversation in front of everyone, or do you...
Who are you, Andrea? Because I don't know any Andreas.
You never read any of the letters. None of the letters.
I'm a colonial marshal.
I said in the letter that if you didn't want any contact, you could just send the I even put a pre-registered envelope in there to send it back.
You sent me gift baskets.
Yeah, because I thought we were friends.
I don't know anybody by your name.
I don't want him. Okay.
You are
Is there
agent
a piece of paper I can write this down
of
on?
Wayland Yutani.
I gotta figure out. I don't want him to know.
Joshua Lee.
Fine. I was. You didn't like it. You didn't like it when I left the Marshalls. Got really mad. I thought that I sent a letter to explain everything that happened, and I thought since it didn't come back, that you read it and you were okay with it. You didn't have to say anything else back, just the letter, and I wouldn't have sent anything ever again. But
she is just going to cold stare at you.
do I need to tell you what happened then? I was under the impression we were, you... You want to know?
I'm just going to walk away.
Oh. Okay.
And I'm going to walk to some secluded place without saying anything.
very well. You are able to go and find I'd imagine you'd probably find yourself getting to the very top of where the AVA hatch is, because it's the furthest out the way section of the ship, and no one would really go there unless they were actively trying to get into the EAV. So you would find yourself getting to the top level of the ship and find yourself in a quiet section.
What's the EAV?
It's the escape vehicle for the ship.
Emergency escape vehicle.
Can I? And if I can't do this, it's totally fine. But I would like to go in there and shut the door and just
Yeah, you can-
scream my brains out.
Yeah.
You can do that.
As you
It's not a soundproof vehicle, so anyone
Oh no,
nearby
yeah,
would hear it. But
I'm by myself, so
yeah.
yeah, you can just open it. It's
Just
not
gonna-
like a locked
just
vehicle.
gotta go have a good scream.
Yep. Yeah. You go into weirdly smelling. It smells like bleach, but there's an undertone of weird smells.
Don't care.
And just let out this almost feral scream. Tavin, you're on the bridge and you can hear a faint scream resonating throughout. With it being a metallic ship, I would say everyone else can hear like a soul, like it's not quite like the Arceon screams that were going on, but you can hear a faint scream in the distance, just echoing through the walls of Martha.
Oh, Jamie.
Jamie's he is just too busy with everything that's going on in his life right now.
I'll get Jamie cleaned up and be like, first time.
He just sort of looks at you like, give me an empathy roll.
Empathy.
You rolled successes on it last time and had to deal with shit, so
I know. There it is.
one success. As you say that, he looks at you with these massive, dilated puppy dog eyes and just gives this look of a helpless baby animal. And you look at it and you're not quite as overcome with empathy of I must save this, but you do have that sense of one of your patients, like you just need to care for them and you say all the right things to just calm and let them know that everything's gonna be okay.
like there, little buddy.
Yeah.
You took it like a champ.
Yeah. And
It's gotta be like you'll be okay. Just eat your ramen.
Andrea's just gonna put her clothes on and go back to the quarters.
Yep, no problem. Yep, you're able to get back there. As you do get
So
back
much
there,
cleaner. Everything is wiped down. The beds are made.
Yep,
Everything is so much cleaner.
it is. It's all lovely. As you get there, Andrea, you do notice that your data link is flashing that you have a message.
Okay. I would check message.
Okay. You have a message from the person that you had reached out to.
Yeah.
And the reply that you have, hold on, I just want to pull up your message just to double check that what I'm about to say is in fact an actual reply to that message.
This is an actual reply to the message.
Yeah. Okay. You do get a reply saying, good work. However, we're confused. Private Carvalho located at US CMC.
What? Okay. Okay, so now it's work time. No more feeling bad time. I take this. I'm gonna go back to Joshua.
Okay.
Hey, we might have a problem.
When don't we have a problem?
What do you mean? You already know we have a problem?
No, when don't we have a problem?
Oh, yeah. So, our private friend might not be your private friend.
Okay.
Apparently, he was found elsewhere.
How? If we got the private, how did the private show up elsewhere?
I don't know.
All right. Well, let's
But do you know if does this ship have any sort of like a lab where we could, possibly inspect parts of the frozen private?
no, it's got a workshop, not a lab.
Should we
We'll
just
have to wait.
send it out into space?
Like send what out to space?
The private that might not be the private?
No, because we
Oh.
need to figure out what the hell is wrong with said private.
What
That's
if
why we
it's not
take him back to
private?
Novgorod. No, see, that's why we're taking him back to Novgorod so that we can get him in the med lab, and then we can run
Okay.
all the testing we need.
Okay.
And now we'll just run a DNA sequence to figure out who he actually is against the Colonial Marines database. That way
Okay,
we'll
so
know
what
who
if
he actually is.
Small problem. Small problem. What if his DNA matches who he's supposed to be, but this other person's DNA also matches?
Then that's above my pay grade.
Okay. Okay.
I was told,
Well,
talk to the guy. I gone above and beyond by taking the guy back because he was sick.
no,
I'm
I
trying to figure out what's
agree.
wrong with him.
I agree. You've gone above and beyond. My first idea is to shoot him out into space.
Why? Then we don't get answers.
Well, because if he's not the private, but he is an unknown life form that is dangerous and he somehow gets thawed improperly, then he could bring a lot of, we could be a plague ship.
Right. But that's why we use him in cryo on the transfer to the lab. We keep him under, we run the genetic sampling. And then if anything pops up as infectious or unknown, then we space him.
Okay, good idea. I'm with you on that. Is the kid going to not vomit all over everything?
He should be fine now. He's got salt in his system.
Sweet.
So, you want to talk about that whole Carrigan situation? I was listening. It's hard to overhear.
I think you overheard.
A little bit, just not much. Like something about you don't know me, you don't love me no more. Like what?
What? Where'd you get that?
I mean, you sounded kind of pleading when you were like, "You didn't read my letters." It sounded like a telenovela. I'm gonna say that right now. Like,
Sounded like a telenovela. I don't think I've watched it.
yeah. Okay. You ever watch like soap operas, like on Back on Earth? Those dramatized shows about like relationships. Yeah, okay. That you sounded a little soap opera-y. I'm just
I do
saying.
apologize.
No, you don't need to apologize. It is what it is. I'm interested. I want to see episode 2. I want to know
That's
the
why I didn't
backstory.
want you to listen.
Well, it's not going to affect the way I think about you or Carrigan in any way. I'm just curious now. Like, what y'all cross lovers, like scorned lovers, like what's the deal? I mean, you said your care packages and letters. Like, come on.
My friend. I thought she was my friend.
She's probably your friend, but she's like, come on now. I am the law. I'm like, come on.
Well, she used to be not as that.
Really? Do tell. I'm all ears. Hang on. Wait. Let me grab the ramen.
wait,
No.
wait, the ramen's just getting passed around now. We're all
Hang on, Damien. I need that.
partaking of this communal ramen.
No, I don't know much about the Marshall. She's very like inscrutable, very like rigid, very like uptight.
I'm not gonna. I appreciate you taking an interest in this drama, but
I mean,
I
if you can't tell
don't.
me, who can you tell?
What?
If you can't tell me, who can you tell?
No one.
Trust me, I'm a doctor.
Yeah, my doctor said, I shouldn't say that. Okay, fine. I was her partner as a marshal.
I kind of figured that.
Yeah.
So what happened?
hmm You know how it is. Your dad has a smoking habit. He gets lung cancer. Can't pay for the treatment. You can't pay for the treatment. He dies. Mom dies, I guess, of what, like sadness? Is that even a thing you can die of?
Yeah, it's called broken heart syndrome.
Yeah. So she's gone.
It's actually Takotsubo carcinoma, but people know it as broken heart syndrome.
Okay. I don't know what that means, so I'll just trust you.
Medical mumbo jumbo.
Yeah. I asked for time off. I don't get time off. Keep getting added to more shifts. They're not on station. I can't deal with their affairs from here.
So you go home to take care of family stuff, and Carrigan dropped you like a bad habit? Like what?
No. What happened is the company offered me a position, and that started off with the um grievance leave I needed. Sorry, not grievance, that's not the right word.
Bereavement?
Yes, bereavement, thank you. Needed that. Didn't have to move, could just keep doing my job. Better salary. And get to go take care of everything for my parents. Like, why wouldn't I take that? But she got really mad. So I sent her a letter. Tell
Did
her
you
what
address
happened.
it? Do you address it in the name she knows you by? Because she says she don't know no Andrea.
Yeah. That was a misplay on my part. But my name had legally changed by then, so I didn't want to do anything against the law,
Why do you gotta change your name? What happened?
Because my last name isn't really a good name for the job I have.
How so?
I mean, you think all the agents for the company have, like, all these uppity sounding names at birth?
I didn't think about it really.
Yeah, no, you choose a name to embody what you're gonna be.
Is that like a
Last
corporate
name?
culture thing?
Yeah. Last name was more of a secretary name. This name's more of an agent name. So
That makes no sense.
it makes sense in the culture. Either way.
No, you had it right. The cult. You can leave the chur out.
Maybe. Anyway, the company helped me. when the marshals wouldn't. I tried to tell Carrigan about it, but apparently she didn't read the letters. I didn't send her any bribes. I just sent her things I knew she liked. Because I'm her friend. I thought it was.
Well, I mean, tell you its actual name, she might recognize you. I assume it's been years since you saw each other.
Well, yeah, I mean, I told her she didn't have to say
You
anything
probably
back.
changed your hair. You probably redid your makeup different, you know.
I used to not wear makeup.
Yeah, see
Miss
that,
those
huh?
days.
So if you said, Carrigan, I'm so-and-so, Carrigan might be, oh my God, bestie,
be
how you been?
mad.
Where you been? No.
She would have been mad.
No.
Yeah.
No. I think you're wrong. I think if you walked up there and said, hey girl, it's so-and-so, you remember me? She was like,
Why you put an
girlfriend,
accent now?
What?
Why you put an accent? I don't talk like that.
I don't know how you talk. I'm just trying to make an approximation.
I talk how I talk to you.
Oh, okay. So real like straight laced and kind of like, what's up?
Why not?
Because there's no concept in that tone. It's just like, hi, I'm business. Like, hello, did you get my letters?
Oh, we
See,
talk how we talk.
you and Tavin got the same problem. You got no bedside manner. You people,
Mm.
y'all know people well.
I can people well when I
Yeah, when you're manipulating them and putting them on contract, I get it. But here, let's do an experiment, okay? Let's work with it here. Let's workshop this.
Okay.
I'll be Carrigan.
Oh.
You be you.
Okay.
And you hold on, I gotta get my face right.
Why are you role playing Carrigan?
Oh yes, wait. You be Carrigan, I'll be you.
Wait, I'm confused.
No, you said why am I playing? Well,
Why are we role playing things?
you can see how Carrigan receives your talk.
I think we think differently, so I don't think she thinks how I think. So I don't think I can think how she thinks.
That's why we role play. Gives you a chance to get in her shoes.
Then how do you think how she thinks if you don't know how she thinks?
I am the law. Like, come on now. Carrigan is up. Still 24/7. Like that girl sleeps, eats the job, right? The only time she does sleep, eat, think the job is A, she's either drunk or trying on ice cream watching soap operas when no one's watching.
She does not. She is not an alcoholic.
See, she is. I said, look, there's a difference.
Look, I don't think she drinks that much.
Everybody drinks. Trust me.
I don't drink.
You do.
Well, water.
See?
And Coke.
And my statement is correct. Everybody drinks.
Yeah, but you mean it like we're getting off topic.
Look, I'm giving you the chance to maybe see from her perspective on how
Fine.
a stranger who says she used to be my friend sends me care packages and letters is received.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Okay, fine. You can pretend to be Carrigan.
Okay, hang on. Let me get in touch. Gotta cross my arms. Hang on.
What's that face?
She don't look like that. She look mad all the time. Just,
Okay, fine. She does look more mad lately than she used to.
anyway, I'll soften it up a little bit.
Hey. Sorry, I can't take this seriously, Joshua. I'm sorry.
We'll come back to it. You go do your thing. You go make your reports. I'm gonna check Jamie's temperature.
Okay, sounds good. Have
There
fun.
you go. Yep.
It's at that moment, Andrea, when you turn to leave the crew chamber that Joshua is sitting in, and standing in the doorway is a silent, stone-faced Carrigan.
Oh. Hi.
With arms crossed.
No everyone.
Hi.
You didn't tell me your dad was dying.
No, but you were busy. We were busy. There was no time.
You could have done almost anything else than
What
going
else could I
to
have done?
Wayland. You could have talked to me.
Okay, but how would that help me get the bereavement leave?
You don't think I would have been able to get you bereavement leave?
Well, they kept saying no. And you were busy.
My problem is that you went to Wayland Yutani.
Didn't ask them, they offered.
How can someone offer something if they don't know what's going on, Emma?
I don't go by that name. They probably knew because they probably, spy on everything. We're under constant surveillance almost all the time.
Yeah, that's a good reason of why I can't stand them. And again,
Oh,
we were supposed to be friends.
yeah.
And you just disappeared, didn't say anything, and suddenly you're an employee for.
That's why I sent the letter. And I should have actually put my old name on it. I know, I thought that if I had already legally changed it, which I had, then it would be mail fraud if I put my old name, and I didn't want to break the law.
How many times do you think you've broken the law as being an agent with Wayland Yutani?
I am very lawful.
I'm sure. Always 100%. Just by the way, Joshua,
Huh?
Emma,
Yes.
I don't care if that's not Agent or Private Carvalho. We are not jettisoning him. Novgorod is a fine enough station. We can figure out what to do with him.
You got it, Marshall.
Okay.
First, I want to find out what's going on, but safety.
Well, yeah. Yes, and I think it's much better, much safer to take him onto the station than
Probably.
jettison an innocent person who tried to help us
He did try to help us.
into space.
I agree.
I am not a heartless bitch.
You're not.
Then who said you were helpless?
I take care of people who cannot take care of themselves. And the way that I do that is ensuring that justice is served. And then I would like to turn around and walk away. And if I could, I would like to check my data link to see if I have anything from good old Sean Mackenzie.
Yes, you are. In that moment, you walk off, leaving Joshua and Andrea. And
Was he standing there the whole time?
I think so, yeah.
I'm gonna have to talk to her.
Carrigan, your items were placed in the crew chambers where Andrea has been sleeping because it's that kind of privacy of Joshua likes his own space. They had to share with Jamie. So you are able to go across the corridor into the other room, to one of the other bunks, and you do see that your data link does have a few messages. As you open them, they are all from your father, spread throughout a couple of days. The day after you had went to cryosleep, you have a message asking, "Where are you right now?" About 2 or 3 days after that, there's a message saying, "Carrie, stay away from the public. You have to let me know where you are." And then another couple of days after that, you have a third message that says, "Carrie, please, I need to know where you are." And that was the last message, and it was sent probably about 30 days ago. And there's nothing else from that point.
Okay. I'm gonna send him a message if I can.
Yeah.
Say, I'm fine. Was in cryo sleep. Almost back to Novgorod. We'll talk when I get there.
Very well. Messages sent. You can await a reply or see where that message leads you.
We'll just see where that goes. And I would like to make my way to wherever, like the bridge, where the pilot shit that I think Tavin might be.
Like deck.
Yeah. Yep, there is. I think the bridge is on one of the lower levels.
The lowest level.
Yeah. So you are able to Tavin, there wouldn't be any signs anywhere on your ship saying where?
No.
Yeah.
No,
So I would
if I have to wander a
Yeah.
bit, that's fine.
I would probably say that you probably spend about 10-15 minutes just kind of each floor just checking. Some doors are locked, some doors that go into like the cryo bay, the EV, stuff like that. But you are eventually able to find Tavin. The door to the bridge is closed, but there is an intercom that
Can I just also add
Yes.
that the ship has a ship-wide communication system that Tavin can control from the area, and so he was listening to everything they said.
Very well. So yeah, you are able to get to the bridge door, and there is kind of like an intercom thing, just safety protocol, so that the bridge is always sealed and secured.
I'll knock on the door.
Okay. Tavin, you do hear a stern bang upon the bridge door. And I will say that again, just because of your own, from what jobs you used to do, there is a kind of small security screen that has a camera that's outside the bridge door and outside kind of like the main ship door as you would get into the cargo bay. So you do know that it is Carrigan on the other side.
Will say through the intercom, "Yes, Marshal, what do you want?"
How many days are we from Novgorod?
About one.
Okay. I would like to let you know that the decision in not leaving the station is an aspect of my personality which I am unwilling to bend. It extends to everyone, including you. I don't leave people behind, and I try very hard to find out the truth at the heart of all of the bullshit in this universe. I apologize if you took that in any way other than me looking out for any person that is less capable of doing so for themselves. I would do it for you, for Andrea, for Josh, for a bum on the street, a beggar in a station.
Tavin's not gonna respond. He's just gonna turn off the communication thing, so it's very clear, like the light turns off.
It's fine. I'll go back to wherever, bunk down, and be quiet. Chris, if you're talking, I can't hear you.
Yeah,
I
sorry.
don't know if anybody else can.
No, I'd muted. You do go back to the crew chamber. I imagine, Andrea, you've probably gotten back in there at this point because it's 15, 20 minutes after
Yeah.
everything had gone on.
I am not making eye contact.
Yeah.
Me either.
Carrigan will probably very not subtly take the furthest away, like move all of her stuff to the furthest away bunk from yours and almost set up like privacy wall so that it's her space away, and will kind of just get into her little makeshift cocoon fort. Tavin, a few hours have passed from this. Everyone, you've just been doing kind of like little things and tidbits, just trying to kind of get on in time, keep yourself occupied, and stuff. So after a few hours, Tavin, you start getting an emergency message on your system that there is a emergency in the cryo bay.
Shit. Okay. I don't have security cameras through the entire ship. Can I just lock down the cryo bay by itself independently? Or do I have to lock down the whole ship?
I would probably say that the ship was probably built to have a kind of it's all or nothing, because the lockdowns are usually if the ship would be like under attack or something like that. You wouldn't have the system that it's individual kind of like doors. The only door that can be individually sealed is the bridge.
Hey, because I don't trust this at all, I am going to lock down the entire ship and put out a message through the entire ship's intercom. Attention, everyone. Due to an emergency on the cryo bay, the entire ship has reached lockdown. I will get to you to investigate.
Hmm.
And instantly lock down the whole ship.
Okay. Everyone, you hear this message come through on the ship intercom, and as soon as it's finished, the ship, you can feel the ship decelerate, and it doesn't quite like knock you off your feet or anything like that, but it is a noticeable change in speed of the
Velocity.
ship. Yeah. And the lights go out, and red emergency lights go on throughout. And Tavin makes their way to the crew chamber.
I'm gonna take my gun with me as well.
Okay.
Take my gun.
No problem. And you are all met at the crew chamber, like the corridor between the two chambers, where Tavin is now with you all.
Got an emergency notification in the cryo bay.
All right. Grab my gun and my flashlight.
And while I might not be able to lock down individual doors, I'm assuming during a lockdown I can still open them with my own overrides.
Yeah, it's the same as when you were searching for Jamie, is that the doors can be locked individually on the pads.
I'd have to go do it.
Yes, you would have
to
to.
be able to do
Yeah.
it from. Okay.
So you would be able to effectively lock the cryo bay door, but you would have to be at the cryo bay door to be able to lock it down, or lock it in that sense. But at the moment, all doors are now closed.
I'll open the crew quarters, both rooms, so that anyone can grab whatever they want from their own stuff. And is Jamie in any of them?
Jamie's in with Joshua, fitting themselves.
Okay. Kid, just stay here.
He just nods emphatically and kind of crouches behind the bunk.
If everyone grabs whatever they want, I'll relock the rooms.
Okay. So I am assuming everyone that has a gun has taken a gun. Okay. So, yep, you are all able to get out of the crew chambers. The doors are locked behind you so that it's secure, and it is up to you where you wish to investigate.
Say the cryo bay.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. Okay. You pretty sure the cryo bay is up a level, isn't it?
I can't remember.
That's okay. I can
It's
check
been a while
this out.
since.
Let's see. So that's the EV. That's the deck A. Crew quarters. Okay, so cryo deck is here. I shall drag all of you guys into here. So it's deck D is where the cryo deck is. You slowly and cautiously make your way to the cryo deck, and you come to the door. The door is locked and secured. Are you opening it?
Will I'm
I'm the only
assuming the
one without a
marshal
gun.
wants.
I
You
can go in and scout and come back.
That sounds like a really bad idea.
Agreed.
It'll be fine.
No.
Yeah.
No,
No.
Why not?
You don't
You
have,
don't have a
a
gun.
weapon.
Okay, then lend me yours, Tavin.
no. You can get behind
Never
everyone
gonna
else
get a
with
gun at this rate.
Marshall, I'm assuming you want to go through first.
I can take one.
Okay. I will. Once she looks like she's in position, I'll open the door.
Okay. The cryo bay or cryo deck door with a hiss and mechanical banging will unlock and slide open. As you peer in through the door, Carrigan, there is a bit of a haziness to the room. It's not quite like a mist or a smoke, but it does have a kind of, with the fact that it's red emergency lights and stuff like that, and it's not quite that visible, but you are able to peer in and make out the different cryopods and stuff like that.
Is this smoke like mechanical, electrical malfunction smoke, or is this like cold cryo air leaking into warm ship air?
Probably the latter.
Okay.
Like, it doesn't have a feel of electricity in the air, and it doesn't have a smell of like mechanical.
If I can, I'd like to shine my flashlight directly on the one that I know should be closed.
Okay. You
Can I see it through this?
give me an observation roll. Okay. You are able to lock onto that particular door. When you look at this cryopod, the lid does look closed.
Okay.
But I will say, with 2 successes, the lid does look as if it has a weird sheen to the top. It's like the light is reflecting off it, not
In a way
as it
that's
is on
different.
all the other ones.
Captain, which would you say is more secure? The doors on the individual cryopods or the door to the actual cryo deck?
Well, I would say the doors to the cryopod when you're in them, because I don't know anything that'll get out of cryosleep.
Shit.
Otherwise, from external attacks, the doors.
I'm gonna step in.
Okay. You
I'll follow Carrigan in.
you step in,
Follow in.
and the room doesn't have the same feeling as it did earlier when you were all in it and waking up. It does have a heaviness in the atmosphere as you all step into this main bay.
I'm staying back at the door. I'm not going all the way in.
Yeah. Don't let Andrea in here, please.
What? We're in here.
Yep. She followed you in.
Yeah, Charity walked in.
I already told you. Why shouldn't I be here?
You don't have a gun. Stay behind Tavin.
Stay behind the fraidy cat.
Andrea, you look at Tavin and you have a wave of that seems a lot more dangerous to your life.
Will say, Tavin looks less scared though. Being on his ship, he
Annoying.
does noticeably look less scared than he did on the station.
Going to approach the cryopod that looks weird.
Oh.
Not touch it, just approaching it to get a better look.
As you approach, Joshua, I'm assuming these are all approaching kind of information. As you all approach, you are all very clear to see that the glass pods, the reflections are different because the pod has been smashed. There is glass around the outside of the pod, and
Side.
you can surmise that this has been broken from the inside.
So, back it out.
Okay. You,
Yeah, Joshua? Back it out. Everybody out.
Yep.
Everybody out.
As you back out, Tavin, give me an observation as you are surveying the room from the back.
Can I give an observation?
0 successes.
Sure, you can give an observation as well. Since you are kind of not quite as close to where... Okay.
I think your stress would be down at this point
Oh.
from being in cryo sleep and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
like,
it didn't
everyone's
matter
stress
anyway.
would be at 0. But yeah.
So, Tavin, you are too focused on what's happening, kind of keeping an eye out, and like, as far as you're concerned, you have the button to lock this door if shit goes down, so you are focused on that. Andrea, you, however, while Joshua and Carrigan are kind of investigating this pod, you hear a faint scream, not from this cryo deck room, but as you try to convey where it came from, your direction comes to behind Tavin standing at the door. There's nothing
scream
behind them, it's just the scream came from the direction of where Tavin is
From not
currently
in the
standing.
room.
From not in the room.
Not in the room.
Yes.
Whatever was in here, I think, is out because I just heard a scream and it did not come from forward.
Do you point the way that it came or
Yes.
indicate the way?
Yes.
Is that the direction to the crew quarters?
It's not quite the direction to the crew, because the crew quarters are on like a different floor. This is just pointing out of the cryo deck. This is like down the corridor kind of thing.
Could be crew quarters, could not be crew quarters.
Yeah.
Are there vents in this room?
From the look
There's
of the
air
map,
circulating,
it
but
does look like
they're
there's
not,
the
like-
one. I think that little dot line is like
Is the vent?
a vent
Yeah.
of sorts to kind of circulate.
I think. I don't know. Oh fuck. We have someone with a bioweapon or disease just broke out of cryo sleep, which I didn't even know was possible.
Same.
Roaming the ship. I think we should all group up and all go to the bridge because that's the most secure location on this ship.
What about the kid?
Yeah.
That's at all group up. That includes the kid.
Okay,
Gotta go get him.
let's go.
Okay.
And I will lock the door into the cryo bay as well. Just
Okay.
it's one level.
You all get out of the cryo deck and the door gets locked behind. You begin making your way back to the kind of ladder way to the different levels. Who is traveling in front?
Unless there is any type of kerfuffle, I'm gonna be on point.
Okay.
I'll go second since I'm the one that's doing the doors.
Okay. Very well. Carrigan, give me an observation.
So much observation.
Okay. You get along the corridor back to the ladders, and as you put your foot in hand onto the ladder, that's where, for the strangest reasons, something catches your eye. And as you look down at the ladders, there is a clear liquid stuff on some of the runs going to the E deck. So down the way.
Did I touch it?
No, no, you have
Okay.
not touched it.
Icky, gross.
What the fuck is this? Tavin, do you know what this is? Is this normal? Is this normal ship things?
I'll look at it.
It,
Is it clear or is it black?
it's clear, but it almost has a thicker, syrupy, mucusy look to it. So it's not quite like the inky black substance. This is
Don't like that.
like the only thing that you can compare it to is a very thick saliva. But Tavin, this is where your heart sort of sinks, because the bridge is down.
Okay. I don't know what this is, but whatever this thing that we would call it now, because I don't think it would really classify as a human at this point, might be going towards the bridge. So we might want to go there.
Maybe. Everybody got gloves or something to protect their hands, no exposed skin?
Evan's wearing a full spacesuit.
Andrea's looking around at the others like, you guys got...
Gloves on a cop.
I'm literally wearing a pair of pants and a cutoff. Like, I was not. Because I'm combat boots. Like,
only have
got them
one
in my
pair of
medical
gloves.
bag. Don't got them with me. Here's the deal. Y'all need to go to the bridge. I'm gonna go find Jamie.
Both of these are down, I think, aren't they?
No, the crew chambers is up, I think, 1 or 2 levels.
Yes.
Maybe we should all go find Jamie.
No, we need to get to the bridge. So I think Carrigan and Tavin. should
Carrigan,
go to the
Tavin,
bridge.
go. I go with you.
I
Yeah,
feel like safety in numbers, though.
yeah, but the kid.
Well, if
the
this
kid's
thing,
vulnerable.
Tavin, do you want to go anywhere alone with me?
not particularly,
Didn't so.
but the bridge is the most secure part on this ship. It has the thickest doors. Vents are like double fucking bolted down with heavy duty shit. It might be
That's-
fine.
Best case scenario, it's not in there. Worst case scenario, we lock ourselves in the most secure part of the ship with whatever is
Well,
happening.
I would say worst case scenario is it destroys the bridge and we're stuck in space to slowly suffocate or starve. Or
What
it
about your evac
somehow
vehicle?
that works as well. That works as well. But that can't hold all of us.
But regardless, if we're gonna hold up in the bridge, we need to go get the kid. And if we're gonna be handling something that is an unknown substance, I think everybody needs to have as much exposed skin covered as they can.
So then let's all go together to get the kid and see
Fine.
what we can wrangle.
Okay.
Never split the party.
You always split the party. It's more fun that way.
Splitting the party's the best.
Abba's watched too much Scooby Doo. Abba's learned.
Splitting the party's the best, Haba. We should always do it.
But yes,
I figured you got a couple ex-marine badasses you could split the party.
Well,
I'm not an ex-marine. I'm just ex-marshal.
I am a
No
former
shit.
Marine.
Mm.
And you were an extra-marine, though.
Never ex, always former. Once and always.
Let's go with I was an ex-marine.
Yeah.
So yes,
Don't be an ex if
I
you're
think
just
we're all
not.
going to the crew quarters.
right. You are
And I'm gonna try and lead us quickly.
very well. Yep. You all quickly make your way up to the level with the crew chambers, continuously looking at floor walls. You see no sign of this clear substance on these upper levels, or at least the bits that you are kind of going through. You are able to easily make it to the crew chambers, unlock the doors, grab what you want, grab Jamie, and now it is what you wish to do next. And I will say that you did hear collectively another faint scream while traveling, but this one you couldn't work out direction, but it did sound faint, almost like the one you heard a lot earlier when everyone had woken from cryosleep.
Mine?
Like Haba's?
And that's
My screen?
and that kind of feral traveled through metal walls.
Okay.
Distant
Oh.
faint scream.
But Carrigan, you're here.
Yeah.
I think after we get the kid, we're gonna go to the bridge.
Okay. You all make it back to the floor with the cryo deck, and you are currently on that floor looking at the ladders with the drips of this liquid substance on the ladders. What order are you guys traveling?
Dab on.
Let-
Still the same?
I'll go first, and I want to try and use, since I'm wearing a fully, like, airtight suit, because I'm terrified of space, and I will use my glove to try and wipe the stuff off the rung as I go up,
Gross.
Can we
like,
try to
to
collect
the
some of it?
side. That's not what we're worried about right now. I'm trying to wipe it out of the way so that they can climb up without touching it.
Okay.
Are we climbing up or
We're
down?
going down.
Oh, we're
We
going
go
down.
up.
Yeah, you're
Or
going
down.
to
We
the,
go down.
this is you going to like the bottom deck. Tavin, as you gingerly put your hand on this liquid and slide it out,
Gross.
you turn your hand over to look at, just to get a better look at this substance. As you look at it, you start to feel this strange tingling as your nerves just trickle that little bit harder as nothing happens. It's just a clear substance liquid.
I was fully expecting it. Oh, it's acid. It's eating through your suit. Fuck you. God damn it.
But
Son of a
it
bitch.
just feels like a very viscous, thick, clear substance.
Gross.
Oh,
But you,
Yeah, I'm gonna do that and be like, don't touch the. I'm not rubbing it on my chest to get it off my
yeah,
hand.
you're just
I'm
moving
just like
it.
rubbing it to the side and be like, don't touch the far right of the ring of the ladders.
Yeah. No, that's
And just
totally fair.
do that as I go down.
Okay.
Can we not like grab the sides and kind of slide down in a measured?
You probably could, but it would depend if you're going to kind of wait until each person's at the bottom
Oh, that
before,
makes sense. That
because
makes sense.
it's
Okay.
timing. Whereas if
Never
you're
mind.
all going
So-
in one movement, but you are able to easily make it down to the level. I will drag you all to this deck here. So at this moment, you find yourself in a little ladderway area, kind of in the middle of the ship. Tavin, to your right is the corridor that leads to the bridge and the reactor room and stuff. To the left is the EVA and the cargo bay. If you're the first one down, give me an observation.
Okay. 0 successes.
Okay. You don't see anything out of the ordinary.
I think I'm gonna push the roll.
Okay.
2 successes.
Okay. As you calm yourself, you have another focused look, and you do see some more of this liquid, and it is on the floor going to your left beyond the door that leads into the hangar.
So, like, going towards the hangar or to the EVA prep room?
The EVA prep room, kind of towards the hangar, because you have to go through.
Do the doors look damaged in any
Nope.
way?
But it does look as if this liquid goes under the door, almost as if the door has been closed after it been there.
I'm gonna wait for everyone to come down the ladder.
Yeah.
I think it's in the hangar, whatever this is. And we're still outside of a space station, and I don't think I have any way to control this thing on the ship. I can open the hangar to space. Because unless y'all somehow know how to stop a liquid that can bust out of cryosleep and go through a secure door.
Well,
Thinking back to the cryo, was there a body in that cryopod?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Because if this thing can get through these secure doors, I don't know if the bridge door will even block it.
Do
How
we
many
want to
people-
know where it is?
I think it's in the hangar.
You think? We don't know.
I don't. I know no one else should be in there.
Do we have Jamie with us?
Yes, Jamie is
We went and got him.
in the
Yeah,
That's what
middle.
I thought. I just wanted to make
Or
sure.
we can go to the bridge. I can call the Archeon and tell them we got a contamination and need to be quarantined and they need to get crews here, but
no,
I'm not willing to bring this ship onto the station with that
No.
population
No.
when we don't have any control over this thing right now.
I'm gonna out of character ask a question. And please forgive me, everybody. I fully dissociated for the entire time that Avery was talking about the hangar, and all I heard was open the hangar into space. So what was that discussion?
So our little man might be in the hangar. So
And
maybe
it's-
we vent the hangar into space. Or we call Novgorod and be like, hey, we have a contamination. Come
Okay.
put us in quarantine and decontaminate the ship.
And
Okay.
whatever this stuff is getting through locked doors without opening them.
Okay, so backtrack back into Carrigan. So all of our shit is in the hangar though?
I mean, there's a bunch of empty
No.
crates and my VTOL ship, but that thing's strapped down.
Our stuff is in our crew quarters.
Yeah, the hangar doesn't even. The hangar
Wait.
literally just has the ship.
Does the hangar have the things we collected from
No, that'd be in the cargo bay,
The
which is not the hangar.
the cargo
The
bay and
hangar
the
is not the
hangar's the
cargo
same.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, it's one big.
Okay, I had that mixed up. So yeah, there's a bunch of empty crates. There's the crate with the stuff in it. Possibly whatever this thing is that's getting through my locked doors that I have no way of stopping from getting into the bridge to us. And my VTOL ship.
And if we lose the stuff, then we lose the evidence of whatever was happening.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we still have an entire station full of a bunch of creatures.
Are you going back
black-
there, Tavin?
People.
No, but we can tell people about it.
They're not creatures, they were people. Can I check my data link?
Yeah.
Do I have any response from the last message I sent my dad?
Nothing.
Okay.
Oh, personally, I say we vent the hangar to be safe.
Just update. You are in fact right, Avery. There is a cargo bay up at the top where you would have put your stuff. So you are right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, then I'm good with
Yeah.
venting the hammer.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not even gonna wait for Carrigan to say anything. I'm gonna make a decision as the captain, and I'm going
Our
to.
shit's not in there. I don't give a fuck.
I'm gonna open the hangar to space.
Is there
Okay.
any viewport that we could see if something flew out?
Not on
no.
these doors.
No.
They're security doors. They don't have windows.
Yeah.
Damn it.
But with that, Tavin, you. Well, here's the thing. can you vent the hangar from here? Or would you have to go to the hangar door or to the bridge?
Probably have to do it from the bridge or the hangar door. Yeah.
So,
So we're right outside the EVA prep
yes.
room, right?
Yes.
Is that half triangle in a square meant to be like an airlock or
That is
something?
you there. The half triangle airlock.
This.
I'm pretty sure that's like it's a separate room that because you prep room, then go into the airlock, then go into.
Okay, so I'm gonna open the door to the EVA prep room.
Okay.
And step in there.
Okay. You step in, and as soon as the door opens,
Fuck.
you see the rest of the trail of this liquid, and the way that this liquid is, it doesn't look as if this liquid has traveled under or through this door. The way that the liquid is now thingied onto like the train of the door, this liquid was here first before you locked down the ship. So before the doors and stuff like that these doors had been opened.
I'm gonna reclose that door and very quickly go to the bridge.
Okay. Yep. You are able to shut the door again. And
Just Scooby-Dooing behind him? Are you talking? Are you just going?
Nope, he's just gone.
so it's up to you if you guys are following him to the bridge.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking follow him.
Okay.
Because
Very reluctantly following. I want to know what the thing is, but I'll follow anyway.
Okay. So you all make your way to
Gun.
the bridge. Tavin, you unlock and open the door, and this takes that little bit, a few extra seconds with just how secure these doors are. As the door opens, give me an observation roll.
Oh. One success.
Okay. As you look in, nothing seems out the ordinary. Everything looks in place. There's no liquid, no substances, just your bridge.
Sure everyone in
Okay,
and lock the door behind.
no problem.
And I'm going to vent the hangar.
Okay, you sit in, relay to Martha, and with a rather loud and vibration filled clunk, the hangar doors are opened. Air vacates the hangar door. I will say that you are currently looking at your monitor that has the camera to the hangar doors on the outside. You see some containers and stuff like that jettisoned out through the hangar. And then nothing, as the air has been vacuumed out.
Will reclose it.
Okay.
I'll be honest, I don't know what we should do now because this is still a very dangerous substance. And I don't think it's a good idea to land a ship with a potential bioweapon on a heavily populated space station.
The lawful thing to do would be call for quarantine and but there's a non-zero chance that if anybody involved in this project gets a hold of that could mean our deaths.
Hmm. Hmm.
I got nothing in this situation.
I'd say Mayday Novgorod.
Yeah.
I'm going to. We're close enough to Novigrad that I could I get a direct communication like in real time? If we're close, are we close enough for that?
It's one of those things that because you're still technically a day out, you are still a little bit of a distance. The only things that would probably be able to pick up at this point still are passing ships that could be within the vicinity of your signal, but you would probably have to travel that little bit further to get into, because of how many ships go in this area, the stations tend to have a shorter signal kind of strength. It's the ships that orbit and kind of like security ships and stuff that are the kind of main beacon.
I will send a message towards Novigrad, knowing it's not going to get there instantly, and I won't get a reply instantly, saying, Mayday, Mayday. This is the ship Marthanir, privately owned. Potential biohazard on ship. Need quarantine and marshals equipped for handling biohazards to meet us. Will maintain safe distance from station.
Okay.
And I'll also add approaching from vector or whatever, however that would be described from my approach to the station.
Yep. No problem. You send out your message, and around 30 seconds after that message goes out, you get a reply. And the reply message isn't a vocalized one. This comes through your kind of your computer system, and the message comes through as, hold on, make sure that I've got this name right. Ship USCMC Warpath. Then there's some militarized kind of jargon that thingies through, and then at the end it has, is Colonial Marshal Carrigan Mackenzie on board.
Oh no. Hava. No.
Daddy's home.
Will completely ignore the question and just say US MC, was it USMC?
USCMC.
USCMC.
USCMC Warpath This is a ship Martha near. Potential biohazard aboard. Need quarantine.
Okay.
And that's it.
The next message doesn't take as long, and it just reads, "Prepare to be boarded." And it's at that point where your focus is taken outside the front of the ship, where you currently see a fleet of around 6 US CMC
How many?
6
Jesus
that are
Christ.
currently surrounding Martha. And with that, we are going to take a quick 10-minute break, because I just noticed that we've went a little bit further on. So go bathroom, refill your drinks and your snacks, and we shall be back. I just need to get my timer up so it's there. We will be back in 10 minutes, where we will see where the next step goes. So enjoy your break. Are back. Turn off the music. So, as we left off before our break, you have sent out a message, a Mayday message to Novgorod, and weirdly received an almost immediate response, where a US CMC Warpath had made contact with you. And the last message you received was, "Prepare to be boarded." And as you looked out, you saw 6 US CMC ships all basically surrounding you. So
I will send a message after the prepare to be boarded saying, understood, hangar bay, low atmosphere, and anyone not in the hangar is not supposed to be on this ship. Or not in the
Bridge.
wherever we are.
okay.
That I'm blanking on what's bridge. Anyone not in the bridge is not supposed to be on this ship. And I'll send that to them.
Okay. You don't.
Do you tell us that?
He's been sending voice lines, voice messages this entire time, so you can hear him.
Okay.
Saying it.
Yeah, you can hear. Do you read out the messages that you're getting though? Because the messages you're getting aren't. So you're hearing
No, he's
one
not
side of
reading
the
them out.
conversation.
Yeah.
But you don't get a reply back this time, Tavin. What you do get back is it's not even a request to your, because I'll take these there. On your floor above, you do have the docking umbilical. So you don't quite get a request to dock. The Martha is kind of almost pushed to allow this docking.
Tavin's gonna comply
Yeah.
completely. There's 6 fucking ships. He's not.
So,
I have a question.
Yes.
Mother. We can see these ships.
You can see out the kind of front bay, like, or the bridge window. Like, you can kind of, like, you can
Probably
currently
see a couple,
yeah,
but then there's sensors that can detect the other one.
It's more that, like, the kind of like the I can't even remember that it's like the sensor wave, kind of like the blip thing is what's locating that there's the radar. There's like 6 ships. You can currently see one main one and kind of just offshoot of like another 2 that are kind of just more to the sides.
Hey, Carrigan,
Yes.
would this happen to do any? Did you worry your father?
Excuse me, what?
Did you make your dad worried or something? Did he know we were out here?
Whatever do you mean, Andrea?
Okay, I see. That's how it is.
Why would I message my father, Colonel
Because they asked you
Sean
whether you knew an Andrea
Mackenzie?
Mackenzie. And I don't know what his name is, honestly. He could have been like
Sean.
a John. Okay.
Tavin. Did the ship identify itself?
The you fucking USCMC?
Yes.
Yes.
Is that okay? Warpath.
Do I know that ship?
You'll know of it, but it's not.
No, like specific ties other than it's a
Yeah,
a colonial marine ship.
just from keeping up with the kind of new ships and stuff like that. This is just you know that it is a legitimate USCMC ship
So
name.
the thing, Andrea, is that my dad was forcibly retired. So how would he have access to how many ships we got here, Tavin?
6.
6 ships.
I have no idea. That's why I'm asking you. I actually didn't know he was
Yeah.
forcibly retired.
Yeah. That's what he said. It's kind of a big reason why I left the Marines and joined the Marshals.
I understand.
Assuming they've docked at this point.
At this moment, Tavin, you will have your little sensor go off that there is something at the other side of the bridge door, and as you look at the monitor screen, there's probably
I was gonna say, after they dock, I'll unlock the doors for them because all the doors are locked. I don't want them to break through my doors.
yeah.
Because they can. I don't want them to.
Well, with that, there are around, you can surmise 7-8 plus colonial marines currently outside the bridge door.
I'd like
Joshua
to.
was in a seat off to the corner, just kind of like not hiding, but he's just kind of kind of off in a corner of the bridge.
Where Carrigan's going to do the exact opposite. She's going to put herself front and center so that she's the first thing they see when there's any kind of breach of this door. She's going to take like a parade rest stance, not full, like legs slightly parted, but arms crossed.
Okay.
Evan is gonna stick his gun into its like taped up holster underneath the console so that he's not actively armed in front of the 8 or so soldiers coming in.
No problem.
Andrea's gonna stand off to the side because she's gonna let Carrigan handle this.
Very well.
And I will, once everyone seems like they are mentally prepared for this, I'll just open the door.
Okay. As the door opens with a clunk and a hiss, the bridge is then very loudly occupied by several loud, intimidating, and shouting orders colonial marines. There is, as they kind of breach into the room, each of you are met with 2 soldiers each aiming rifles at you. Scream. And at this point, with everything that's been going on, it just sounds like an amalgamation of different, but like it's unclear to kind of hear what orders are being yelled at and that kind of stuff. But you can all kind of get the gist that kind of hands where they can see them, keep your thighs and all that kind of stuff. And as you are all kind of secured, one of the soldiers gets onto their headset and announces that bridge is secured. And after about 30 seconds, a very chiseled jaw, 5 o'clock shadow, short stub of a cigar sticking out the mouth, full colonial marine outfit, with a not a helmet but a high ranking hat upon their head, walks into the room, scans through all 5 of you, with Jamie, who is petrified with having a weapon pointed directly at their face. Walks into the room, scans everyone, and locks eyes with you, Carrigan. And you recognize this person, but not who you think it is.
Okay.
This person that you recognize is someone that you remember from growing up. You remember from being in the Marines. Someone that was probably pretty good friends with your dad. Will kind of come in, look at you, take off their hat, and just... Carrigan.
So I recognize this person. Do I know his name?
You will know their name is... Keep on forgetting to bring this stuff up. You know this guy as John Bishop.
Do I know his rank?
From the uniform, you know that this is a captain.
Okay. Captain Bishop. Fancy seeing you and a whole fleet out here just within a day's flight of my station.
Without replying to you, he lifts up a flashlight and shines it directly into your face and locks eyes with you. And
Reports of my own personal contamination may have been exaggerated for effect, Captain.
has anyone else been in contact with this?
We brought a survivor that we locked in cryo sleep that was still functional. He appears to have broken out, thus the request for quarantine.
Where is this individual located?
No idea. He broke out of a cryopod.
Tavin will speak up at that and say, possibly in the EVA room down the hall, straight ahead, or in the hangar, but the hangar is currently low atmosphere from opening the doors.
contaminant evolve into a viscous, mucus-like liquid?
He looks at Tavin first as you say what you said, and you get this overwhelming feeling of be quiet, Tavin. Like just this intimidation, steely-eyed lock.
The adults are talking.
Almost like
Tavin
that.
does not like that because this is still his ship, whether the Marines are here or not. Could well, it's not like he's not rolling or anything. So yeah, Tavin just tries to not look intimidated.
Okay. So yeah, he'll then turn back to you, Carrigan, and he'll go, that is classified information. And then he'll look to a couple of the other soldiers that are in the room, and he'll kind of just gesture and be like, search it. And 4 of the soldiers are then going to leave the room and make their way down to the EVA area that you'd told them. And he'll
Tavin is gonna speak up again. Would you like me to unlock the doors? Because the ship's still on lockdown, or do you want them to waste time cutting through?
he'll look at you and kind of, that depends. Do you want your ship back in one piece?
That's why I opened the doors for y'all as y'all came in.
I'm going to look over my shoulder and say, Tavin, too much effort.
Carrigan, still a private citizen, and this is my ship.
Then fine. Do whatever you want. Prepare for your ship to be fucking destroyed.
Anyway, Captain, I
That
can open the
stubbornness will
doors,
get you
but
nowhere.
I'm handcuffed, so I need to be.
Oh, you're not
unhandcuffed to open the
handcuffed or
doors.
anything like that. It's more
Oh,
just.
we're not?
No, you were just
Well,
kind
there's
of.
still people with guns,
Yeah.
so
Well, they just...
I'm not touching anything.
Yeah.
Do you want me to open the doors for them? I can. But don't want to get shot today.
With you saying that, the captain will look at the soldiers that are kind of over at you, and at this point, the 4 remaining soldiers will all lower their weapons, and you can take from that they are willing to let you open the doors without being shot.
Okay. I will open the door to the EVA room.
Yeah. The captain will then look back at you, Carrigan, and say, you've been sending messages.
I sent one message to my dad, and I went in cryosleep for 40 days. And then I sent a second message when I was woken up.
Yeah.
So I take it that he called in a favor? Which, a whole fleet, that's a hell of a favor. If he is actually retired.
That's a conversation to have with someone else, but...
Is he around?
Not with us.
So, did he send you here to help me or to kill me?
Well, that depends on what we saw.
Lovely.
At that point, he then starts kind of acknowledging Joshua and Andrea, and he'll kind.
Oh, we have a Wayland Utani agent, just by the way. So,
Hello.
He doesn't even react to the Wayland Yutani comment. He'll just look at you and have you been in contact?
In contact?
with what? Who is he talking to right now?
He's talking to Andrea.
Okay.
You'll have to be very specific, sir.
He kind of gives this long, frustrated sigh. With
smiling.
the chemical.
Oh, no, sir. We all made sure to be protected and in what gear we were able to. And we did not come in contact with the chemical.
He then switches his gaze to Joshua and he takes a longer look at you. And he kind of squints his eye, cocks his head. Sweet.
Bishop.
How have you found yourself on this ship?
Got contracted to do a little cargo run, and ship needed a medic.
And this is a Wayland Yutani run?
Well, they're
Yeah.
a Wayland Utani run. I am a separate colonial marshal investigation.
He doesn't even acknowledge that. He's just locked
Oh.
on to Joshua.
Captain now, huh?
Yes. Some of us are able to continue our ranking.
Congrats.
I would say the same to you, but if you're taking contracts with Wayland Yutani, I can see just how far you have fallen.
Yeah, you could say that, but some of us did what we did to make sure others could progress.
He then has this sort of irritated look on his face. And as he kind of stops making direct eye contact with you, he'll then kind of, as he starts to turn away again, he'll just kind of... it's not quite a mutter, it's still a authoritative like speech, but it's in a degrading tone where he kind of just goes, well, some of us can keep others to be able to rank. And he'll turn back to Carrigan. So, this chemical that you came to know about, where exactly was this?
You don't know already? Because Colonel S. Mackenzie definitely knew where it was. Because he was writing correspondence to the location where it was found. Additionally, I would say that this is a little bit more spread than it was since it already showed up on Novgorod 80 days ago.
As you say that, he turns to one of the soldiers that's standing next to you, Tavin, and the soldier re-aims their weapon towards you, and Captain Bishop will say, "Where did you come from?"
Who are they pointing again
At Tavin,
Tavin.
and they're now looking at Tavin.
Tavin is gonna say, "Well, I was born on Earth, and kind of live in Novigrad, but not really. Kind of bounce around, you know."
There is zero
Carrigan's
reaction.
gonna smirk. I'm just gonna be like,
It's at that point the second soldier is now lifting their weapon back towards you.
Hey, Captain, do you know how long it takes to space an entire ship of this size?
Wrong method, Tavin. Wrong method. How about this? You're gonna assassinate a ship captain in front of a colonial marshal and a Wayland-Yutani agent and think that it's not going to be noticed? Where do you think? Where does my father think it came from? Hey, Cap? I'd like to remind you, I'm on official colonial marshal business. They will notice if I'm gone.
The company has been advised of our location and what cargo we are carrying or not. So anything that goes missing will be noticed.
So why don't we turn on that dazzling charm that I know you're aware of after years of watching you and my dad hang out?
He continues to look directly at you. Still gaze or look on his face still hasn't changed. It's still this steely.
Wait, who's he looking
You,
at? He's looking
Carrigan.
at me. Oh, okay.
Yeah. This unemotional face just stares back at you. One that you have learned in a similar thing.
Huh?
That stony look.
Two gargoyles staring at each other.
Mhm.
I mean, you gonna shoot me and explain to Colonel Mackenzie, to the colonial marshals, to Wayland-Yutani? You ready for that? Or can you take your head out of your ass and maybe we can have a civilized conversation without weapons being pointed at idiot children?
Joshua, the captain now averts their gaze back to you. Sweets, do you want
Drop
to
the ass.
do you want to tell us where you were, or do you want more blood on your hands?
We all know there's no promotion in it if this goes sideways for you, Bishop. So it's real simple. We did a cargo run out to Arceon. Survivor picked up, making our way back, trying to help somebody. You know, the little guy. Things went sideways. You're here. That's it.
Any of you come in contact with it?
No.
Asked and answered.
Well, all hazardous materials and medical procedures were followed, samples, all that stuff. Vitals taken on the station. You know how this goes. You've been in a situation like this before. Do we really want to get into that operation 15 years ago? Talk about how that went sideways and who's really got blood on their hands? Or do you want to do your due diligence, put your cover back on, let us go on our way, fill out your action after action report, and play the good soldier boy?
Captain Bishop then goes on to his headpiece and he asks, "Did you find anything?" And there's a few seconds delay. And then he goes, "Very well. We'll let them deal with that. Clear the ship."
Tell my dad I said hi.
As the other soldiers that had their weapons pointed at Tavin and that, they now lower their weapons and begin to leave the bridge. Captain Bishop looks back at you, Carrigan, and as he looks directly at you, you do see it's that
Pride.
not necessarily pride, but
Sorry.
it has that look of, see that kind of like the look where, like, as a parent and you're trying to meet your child and you have to like be stern to your child, but you still have that look in your eye of, I remember all the times of you growing up and doing this and who you used to be as a child and all that kind of stuff. Because this guy's been around for a long time. So it kind of has that look of a slight break, but it's not a kind of an open door to, like, it's more remembering who he is dealing with, and it's not just a random person. And he'll kind of,
Go ahead.
no, on you
sorry.
go.
I was gonna say that she's gonna, when she sees it, look, she's gonna throw in a thanks, Uncle John.
With that, he'll kind of, the expression leaves his face, and the stern, steely-eyed look comes back. He'll say, "Just remember that you used to be in this, and just
I know,
remember
Marshall.
how much can be swept under the rug." And as he turns to start heading out, he'll stop once more, and without really like looking back at you, Carrigan, he'll kind of just say, some conversations are meant to be with who you want them to be with. Ask them. And
Well, he didn't show up, did he?
without even a reaction, he leaves. And Tavin, you get notification that the dock umbilical is opened. Whatever had docked now vacates your umbilical, so it's now cleared. And as you look out, you do see the small kind of transport ship that had docked with you make its way back out towards the main big ship.
Wait, did they find the thing? Did they go
Did
searching?
they even look?
Yeah.
They
They went and looked, but they didn't tell us anything.
You heard them say that they can deal with that. That was it. Went
Okay,
on
so they-
his headset. You only heard his half of the conversation, and it was, "Did you find anything?" Silence, and then, "That's okay. They can deal with that."
All right. I'm gonna go to the thing, the EVA thing
Yeah.
with my gun.
Okay.
Before Carrigan walks out, Tavin's gonna turn to her and say, "Just in case you're wondering, Carrigan, that wasn't a bluff." And then turn back to his controls.
I
And
don't
that's
even know what the fuck you're talking about. But okay.
When he threatened to vend the ship.
What? Heba is legitimately confused.
Tavin threatened to vend the ship.
Yeah.
In veiled terms.
After the second Marine pointed the gun at him, he asked how long did the captain think it would take to vent an entire ship of this size.
Okay. I'm back there now.
Okay. So you're making your way to the EVA and the hangar area.
Yeah.
I follow along.
Okay. Is anybody else going?
Yeah, I'll tag along.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tavin?
I'm gonna stay.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay on the bridge, and since that's also where the kid is, stay up here.
Okay, no problem. So yes, the three of you, Andrea, Carrigan, and Joshua, make your way around. At this point, the hangar will have been reclimatized with the fact that if they've walked down there and they've done their thing and then went in and searched, everything will be back to what it is. The door to the EVA is still opened, but the airlock door to the hangar is closed. You will have to go through the airlock to get to the hangar.
Small question.
Yeah.
Do we see the goo that Tavin saw?
You do see traces of it on the floor, like from that point of the door to the airlock.
Hmm.
Nothing we can do about it. Let's go check the hangar out.
Okay.
Okay.
Or we're gonna check out that room first.
The airlock, yeah. We
Yeah,
gotta go
we'll-
through the airlock
Yeah.
to go to the
we go through
hangar.
the hangar.
You easily enough to open the door to the airlock, all step inside, door closes behind you, and it's not quite a depressurization because the hangar is technically now kind of pressurized again. The EVA is more just that if the doors are open, you would have to get into a suit and all that to then go into an unpressurized hangar. The door to the hangar opens, and as you enter in, you should have that thing me up. I will say that there is like a vehicle kinda in this section. Okay. And then there is there is a few bolted down containers down at this section here, but everything else is just that's it, because everything else had been jettisoned out that wasn't bolted or tied down. All three of you give me observation looks or rolls.
I got a 1.
Nada.
I got 2.
Yay.
Okay.
No
Andrea
success, no
and
fail.
Carrigan have eyeballs.
Yeah.
We have eyeballs. Well, no, Joshua has eyeballs, but he's noticing the fact that there is, in fact, a ground.
Yeah. Carrigan and Andrea, you both kind of go off to like the left and the right to kind of just look and investigate those sections. Joshua, you kind of take the center view and you start looking around. Nothing's out of the ordinary until as you step forward to kind of more to the back area round about here. As you're looking about, you feel yourself underfoot, your right foot slip away from you. Not enough to throw you up, but you do find that little jolt. As you look it down, there is almost like a thin film of this substance, clear liquid. And as you're kind of looking down, you do feel something drip onto your forearm.
Look up.
You look up, and Andrea and Carrigan, at this point, you've kind of made your way around kind of the outsides of this hangar, and you see Joshua kind of looking down at or standing in this puddle, and then look at his forearm, and all three of you look up, and there above, dangling, is a figure.
Ooh.
A human figure?
Carrigan, you aren't able to quite see that amount of detail. Carrigan, with your 2 successes, you are able to see that this is a human figure, but the skin is almost like a darkened grey.
Okay. So I think we found our man. He looks very dead. I think. Is he moving?
He's not moving. Joshua, give me a medical roll. Okay.
2 successes.
You are able to dictate that the cable that is around their neck can attach to one of the runs of the hangar. It's very, very plausible that this figure could now be dead.
Oh, he dead.
Okay.
That's
Well.
upsetting. Well,
With that in mind, I think the situation's a little bit safer to go back to Novgorod. Get a hazmat team.
Yep.
Get them to take down the body. I don't think it's. I don't. Do we have the equipment to suit
No,
up to
let's-
protect
we're just-
ourselves?
We're
No.
gonna
No?
leave it. I will call my office out when we get to Novgorod. Do
Okay.
everything.
I will say you on this ship, I'm pretty sure there is somewhere that would be able to be used as somewhere that a deceased body could be contained, just because the
The only thing like that would be the cargo bay sticking it in a crate.
But we also don't have
Oh.
like hazmat suits or anything
Yeah.
to handle this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we don't know what it is yet, so
yeah, no, that's you just want to leave it where it is.
Yeah. Block it and wait for
Leave it,
hazmat.
Shut the door to the hangar and be like, all right, well,
Yep.
nobody go in there now.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
only a day.
Okay.
It's only a day.
As you all come to the agreement of your plan and start to head out, Joshua, you do notice something. You notice in the EVA prep room that there is a folded piece of clothing sitting on one of the sections.
Okay. I guess I'll take a look at it.
It is a colonial marine uniform, like jumpsuit.
I'm assuming that was the privates.
As
Guess
you pick it up,
Yeah, just kind of like
a sheet of paper falls from this article of clothing.
pick it up and read it.
Right. Hopefully, I can bring this up with it. Okay. So if you got your handouts, you should have
Yep.
a letter. And for everybody else, I would probably say you'd probably be better reading it out. But as you open it up, there's like a little smearing of this black, but it's almost like dried now. But you're in your gloves, your suit, you feel confidently safe to be able to hold this.
Just kind of read it over real quick. Like, hand it over to get Carrigan's attention. Hey, his private left a letter to his daughter.
No.
Do you want me to read it? Do you want me to read it out loud, Chris?
Yeah, if you read it out loud for everybody watching.
Okay. It says, to my dearest daughter, as I sit down to pen this letter, my heart weighs heavy with memories, both cherished and haunting. You see, there are moments in life that etch
into our
themselves
souls, leaving an indelible mark. The incident I am about to recount is one such moment. A crossroads where fate and choice collided. Your dad was known as the daredevil in college because I never backed out of any challenge and was always ready to do anything for the adrenaline rush. Days after you were born, I was challenged by my old college buddies to attempt a dangerous act. I agreed, but the moment I stepped on my bike, your face flashed, and I couldn't do it. The daredevil faltered, not because of fear, but because of love. The love I felt for you, my precious daughter. It was a stormy night, and the world seemed to hold its breath. I was working late in the lab, engrossed in my research. The room hummed with the promise of discovery. That's when the alarms blared. A containment breach. The glass walls of Lab B shattered, and chemical A03959X.91-15 escaped into the air. Panic surged through my veins as I thought of you, asleep in your crib at home. I sprinted through the corridors, my lab coat flapping like a desperate prayer. The chemical was mutating everything it touched. Chaos reigned. I reached the containment room, my heart pounding. The emergency protocols failed, and I faced a choice. Seal the lab and risk my colleagues' lives, or let the chemical spread further. I sealed the lab, trapping the chemical inside. My colleagues banged on the door, their eyes wide with terror. I watched them through the glass, their skin blistering, their screams silenced by the thick walls. I knew then that I had made the ultimate sacrifice. For them, for you, for humanity. The chemical was contained, but at a cost. My skin bore the scars of exposure, and my dreams were haunted by their faces. I returned home, my lab coat stained, my heart heavy. You were asleep, innocent and unaware. I held you, my little beacon of hope, and whispered promises of protection. And now, my daughter, I write this letter, a testament to love, sacrifice, and the fragility of life. You are my legacy, my reason for being. Remember this day, not as a tragedy, but as a reminder of the lengths a father would go to protect his child. May you grow strong, my brave girl. May you face storms with courage and choose love over fear. And when you read this letter, know that your dad, once the daredevil, is now forever bound to you, his precious daughter.
What's on my head? So now we don't have to get out.
And I will say, Joshua, it's at the end of the letter when it's signed that it is signed your dad, Alex.
Oh, I didn't see the.
That
second
bit,
page.
the second page doesn't have that part in it, but that's
Okay.
what it's signed off as, is your dad, Alex.
Okay.
And
Know anybody named Alex? No.
Wait, the private was Isaac, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, we'll just keep that tucked away. I take it. You agree, Marshall?
We'll take it on station.
Okay.
Report it. See if we can figure out an Alex at Arceon. Contact us next again.
Yeah. Well, let's dock this puppy and get cleaned up.
Yeah.
so you all solemnly make your way back to the bridge. Tavin, you'll probably be filled in what was found. As you all kind of try and rack your brains around this, you can come to the belief that the person that you collected may not have been the private you were looking for. And Joshua, from your experience of doing medical with anybody and everybody from the lowest runs and stuff like that, you can probably surmise that this may have just been a scared, terrified person on Arceon that saw a way off and took that chance. As you are all sitting on the bridge, Tavin, you get an emergency signal on Martha as the bridge begins to flash red. As you look at your screen, you are filled with dread as you look up and face out of your window, seeing the USCMC ships still in position. The alarm signal indicates weapon lock on. And that's where we're going to end today's episode. So, everybody, thank you very, very much for coming and watching along with us as we continue to tell our story of what the fuck is going on here.
We're all gonna die.
Maybe. So, yes, we will be back next week for episode 6. Wednesday we will have the VOD up on YouTube. Friday we'll have the highlights up on YouTube, and we shall see you again from next week. So enjoy the rest of your first week of daylight savings in America, and we shall see you all again next week. Goodbye, everybody.